unripe grapes. I've never seen these for sale before, but take a look at it. They are exactly what you'd expect them to be. These are grapes that were just picked super early. Now, a lot of the unripe grapes that are out there at markets come from farmers who are economical. What they do is they will actually trim out bunches of grapes so sunlight can hit the grapes that they want to fully ripen. So the ones that they they trim out, either you can throw them away, you can use them for like composting, or you can use the unripe ones. Now these show up at Persian grocery stores. These are really popular in the Middle East, and you can use them raw. What they would do is they'll usually just like throw some in like a salad, different types of salads. You don't need so much dressing if you have these, because these are supposed to be super sour, and they're used sometimes in cocktails as well. You could put these in your martini and stuff like that instead of, you know, olives and so on. So first, let's just try it just plain on its own before I talk your ears off. Alright. Oh. Yeah. That is very sour. Eating one of these is like, I don't know, it's like getting hit in the face with a lemon. Very, very strong. I would say the flavor of this reminds me a little bit of the Bilimbi, which kind of makes sense. It's got a very, very sour grape taste, and you know, Bilimbis have a very, very sour, like star fruit taste. And star fruits kind of taste a little bit like grape. They've got a similar like mellow flavor. Probably could use this in the same sort of way you would use a Bilimbi for, because those are used in cuisine as a souring agent, and so are these. So if you have a bunch of sour grapes and you want to I'm just getting into like some like so super specific territory that this applies to nobody, but I'm gonna say it anyway. If you have a recipe where you want to use Bilimbi, but you don't have any Bilimbis, all you have is sour grapes, you can use sour grapes and it probably would taste about the same. Let's try it with some salt. I've done this with all the other unripe fruit that I've done in the past, pretty much, so let's see if that changes things at all. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. Salt does neutralize that sourness a little bit. So I'd say if for some reason you want to try eating these just as they are, completely raw, without anything, toss them with a little salt, and yeah, that's pretty nice. Now, if you cook these things, it opens up a whole world of possibilities. This is really popular in like Iran. It is used in a lot of like stews and soups and things like that. There's actually a popular dish called ashgora, where they just take like whole fruits of this and they throw it in a soup with like beef and stuff like that. They also could be used to make jam, and that's a way that some, you know, more economical people who might have this growing in their yard in the US might use them. That would be a good way to utilize the sourness by cutting it down with some sugar. You could also make pies out of it. You'd use this the same way you'd use like gooseberries. But probably the most well-known thing, at least for Western viewers, would be Ffuge, or translates to, I think, green sauce, which is used kind of like the way you would use like vinegar or lemon juice, only it has like it works better in certain applications because of that grape flavor. It's supposed to pair better with wine. You could also use this in lieu of wine to cook with. So instead of using cooking wine, you can use this, which would also be a good thing if you don't want to use alcohol in something for some reason. You can use Ffuge, because it is non-alcoholic. Now, I only have a very, very small amount of these, but I'm still going to try to make a very tiny amount of Ffuge. And how you do this is pretty simple. You just grind these things up and you sieve out all of the skins and cruddy bits to it. The problem with this is they don't really last that long. They oxidize. So as you're cooking it, they turn brown. So what people say to do is to do this very quickly, and also to use citric acid to try and preserve some of that. I don't have citric acid, and I'm probably not going to be that fast because I've never done this before, so these might turn a little bit brown. Well, that's not a whole lot, but more than I thought. Maybe like 3/4 of a cup, like something like that. And here's all of the crud that I strained the juice out of. So this is going to go in the trash. This, let's talk about it. What you can do with it is you can use it right away. And it's fine. You can use it just like as it is, in cooking, as juice, stuff like that. There is some sediment floating around in there. So a lot of places online that I've been looking at, they recommend that you actually let this settle. So you put it in the fridge for like a day or two until all the sediment goes to the bottom, and then you decant the juice off the top. If you take, according to like what I saw online, it was like 10 pounds of unripe grapes. You put 1 teaspoon of citric acid in the mix. It's supposed to prolong the life of it. So if you do that, it'll last for like a few weeks, I think. But without that, you've got just a few days, because this does go bad. You also have to keep it in the fridge. I know it's like, it's sour, you use it like vinegar or lemon juice, which you don't necessarily need to keep in the fridge. This doesn't work that way. Me, I have such a tiny amount that I'm not going to bother with any of that. Oh my god. That is very sour. It is extremely sour. But it's good. It doesn't have like any astringency to it. It is, I think, more sour than a lemon. This is actually really refreshing. It does have a grape juice taste, like a white grape kind of flavor, but also like a very tart green apple taste, a balimbi taste, like a nice sour fruit taste. Let me see, let me have a little bit more of it to see how sweet it is. Oh, son of a bitch. It's about as sweet as a Granny Smith apple. It reminds me quite a little bit of that. I think that if you want to cook with this, this would be a great thing to cook with. It's got like the sourness of a lemon. So if you want to like use this in lieu of a lemon, it would be really good. You can take this juice and you can put it in you can make a lemonade out of it. You can make like lemon bars or cook with it, you know, like you would a lemon. Put it on fish or whatever it is you meat eaters do with lemons. Like this would be really good with that. It would give like a different kind of flavor, but the same kind of sourness that a lemon would provide. Bam! I filled my mug up with water. So I don't know, I put like maybe like a cup of water in with that amount of fruit. It's about equal parts water to fruit juice. And I also added about a tablespoon of sugar to this. So let's give this a try. You know, with water, diluting it and that sugar, it makes it a lot easier to take. Like, just how it is now, perfectly nice to drink. Reminds me of lemonade, reminds me of green grape juice, reminds me of green apple juice. But if you like things like that, you'd actually really like this. I think it's good as a juice, just like this. Or if you wanted to make like a jam out of it, use it in a pie, cook with it, use it in savory dishes, throw some in a salad. Make verjus. There is a lot of stuff that you can do with green grapes, and you know, this is something I think a lot of people, if you like to cook, this is something you can have a lot of fun with. But I think I babbled on enough, so I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Okay, I only have 1 minute, so I have to make this fast. Guys, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that bell. I don't know what the bell does, but it probably gives an angel its wings, so click on it. That dislike button, don't click that one. Go to the comments, leave a comment if you have something to say. Go to this description, because in the description there is a link to my Patreon page where you can help contribute to my channel and make it grow. There's also a link to my website where you can see a backlog of videos, more information, and also you can buy a t-shirt at my website now. I want to give a special shout out to the channel Smarter Every Day, because Smarter Every Day is a mega contributor on Patreon. They're really helping me out. If you like what I'm doing with Ffuge, check out his channel because it basically covers everything involving science. It's really interesting. Also around there should be a couple of videos right here. These are the videos to my next week's episode, if it's up, and last week's episode, where you can check that out. I still have 3 seconds, guys, so thank you so much. Bye-bye.